You're right, guys, this is Handshaw here from CodOnCamera, and this is something a little bit different today. This is some analysis of a gameplay I've got, and it looks like I've started the game halfway through, but this is actually when I joined it, and a lot of people would think that as I've joined halfway through you can't really do a gameplay of it, but I end up with a very good score, and so I wanted to do an analysis of it and teach you some tips on how to get better. The first thing I will say is this week I haven't been feeling too great, so if I do sound a bit off in this commentary or need to restart it, I apologise for that. But firstly, I start off by going into the main building, and obviously my team are losing quite heavily here. They've got the B&C flags and are up now by what's coming up to 15 odd. And I get a quick 4-for-1 start, but then get killed by Rolling Thunder, which used to be fairly powerful but have now weakened down. And obviously that was a quad, but they've now been weakened down a bit, and that's my last death for a while. In the end I think I end up 45-3, just coming in halfway through and we're losing, which so I thought was rather good. Well, you never know how that's a headshot, but that's my last death for a while, and I had very powerful kill streaks on, and through the game I was working towards them all the time, and I ended up getting them, and I had an attack helicopter on, a chopper gunner and dogs. So you'll see me get them, and it's on this life that I end up going on about a 20 kill streak, so you'll see that in a minute. My main focus of this was to use a motion sensor, just to show how good they are. They're like a mini UAV, and no one really counts them as anything important in Black Ops, but actually they're very, very important, and they do a good job. Obviously I don't like that bit in theatre mode where it doesn't show the mini-map of where you've aimed your stuff, so I could do an analysis of that, but oh well. Well, you aimed your attack helicopter, sorry. So I've put down a motion sensor which covers one door, and then I'm aiming straight across the middle, which should be the main entrance and exit for anyone trying to get out of the C-spawn, which has now got them sort of trapped in, although it's not as easy on Black Ops. Obviously I'm playing with no one I know, and this makes it harder. I do mean to jump over this claymore. I knew it was there and I did try and jump over it. I felt that was the best way, as it's hard to shoot it and would have wasted time. So it lets my helicopter keep going and lets me continue my kill streak. And I'm trying to use a different range of weapons for you, and I'll keep telling Ashton to do the same, as he keeps using the AK, and I had a little moan at him for that, as he mentioned in the last video. That's fine only using it twice, but that's why I'm trying not to use Scavenger, so I can pick up other people's weapons off the floor and try and use them and incorporate them into my gameplays, which shows my different styles and how I can adapt to other gameplays and other styles of the guns and how they work. And basically I live off the motion sensor, and as you can see I've got my dogs. Basically on this game I live off the motion sensor, and I try and use that as much as possible, because obviously it's like a mini UAV, and if you know where the other person is on the map, it's a massive advantage, probably the biggest advantage you can get. And as most kill streaks are underpowered, I would recommend for anyone to use the Blackbird, because I think that's the most overpowered kill streak. To know where someone's looking and to know what they're doing, which way they're turning, is a massive advantage in Call of Duty, and mainly where the first bullet hits and will always kill. This is where my life comes to an end. I'm 28 for 1 at this point, and obviously the one being that Rolling Thunder kill. And as you can see we're still losing, but we've now taken a much more commanding position, and that was probably through me taking the kill streaks. And even though I didn't capture a flag, I did play a very important part in helping our team to the win, which you'll see in the end is very, very close, probably one of the closest you can possibly get. And you'll see my dogs start picking up kills, they're getting more powerful, but most kill streaks have been nerfed, as you'll see my chopper gunner, which is coming up soon. I should have done better here and I'll fail. But as you'll see with my chopper gunner, coming up now, that's very underpowered compared to the dogs, and was very overpowered in Modern Warfare 2 admittedly, but nowadays you can barely get more than 5 or 6 kills from them, and personally I think that's a little bit underpowered to get 9 kills in a row without using any of the kill streaks, when it was a lot easier in Modern Warfare 2 and you got more kills off them. So I don't know what your opinions are on that. Obviously through this gameplay, and through most gameplays as a general tip, I'd suggest you stick to one area. I might wind this chopper gun on a bit. As I said, this is live theatre mode for me, so I can wind on and analyse bits. As I've said, chopper gun is very underpowered, and one tip I would recommend for Black Ops is to hold down one area. That way you're unlikely to get spawned behind, or someone's unlikely to spawn in a stupid place. And that gives you the advantage to get the kills, and if you hold an area, it obviously helps your team. I tried to hold near C flag where they were, and that means they couldn't get to B, and it led my team to capture B and in the end win the game, and it was crucial. The other thing I'd like to point out is I like to use this, as you can see, when I was sticking to my area, I stuck down this route, and I planted a very stupid motion sensor without looking at the score here. Go look in a minute, but I stuck to all this side, and obviously I was firing across the middle, blocking them from getting out of this miniature spawn trap, of which my team done well, team of random people, or public players, but they done well in the fact that they held it down for me, and that was the final kill cam. One last thing I'd like to mention, I will pause it there, final score 45-3, one last thing I'd like to mention is Black Ops have now announced their new DLC, or downloadable content, and it's going to be called First Strike, and I'll post a link to where I found that in the description. And it's going to be 4 multiplayer maps and 1 zombie map, obviously a game called First Strike. It will come out for Xbox on February the 1st, 2011, and for PlayStation, no date has been announced, but it'll probably be a month later. As you can see, the game was close, and I went 45-3 after joining halfway through, and with us losing. So thanks very much for that, guys, and hopefully I'll speak to you later. If I don't, have a nice Christmas, and I'll hopefully see you in the new year. Okay guys, thanks, bye.